What's up, guy and girl players of World of Warcraft? Tarou here, bringing you a mining guide, 1 to 525 leveling by Smelting. For more free WoW guides, check out my channel at Tarou, aka Tarou. In this video, I'm going to show you how to level mining 1 to 525 the easiest and fastest way possible without farming almost at all. You'll mostly be leveling through smelting and will need a budget of around 16,000 gold. Don't worry though, as you'll see in the video, you can expect a good portion of that back, while most servers will even make a hefty profit. If you have no gold whatsoever, check my mining guide 1 to 525 by farming instead. Okay, to get started you'll need some mining bags. If you don't plan to do a lot of mining, or if you don't have the spare gold, you can always skip this. Well, you're spending 16,000, I would hope you have spare gold for bags, but anyway, you may also want to get the Gatherer or +5 mining enchant to help at some points during leveling, but it's really not necessary since you won't be mining much at all. To make things easier, I've made a list for you and posted it on the screen. Just buy all of these to start or do it as you go. Although back and forth to the auction house can waste a lot of time, so I suggest just buying them in advance. Anything that you don't use, you can just sell back. If you can't get all the mats on your server, try asking in trade or combining this guide with my farming 1 to 525 guide and you should be good to go. Alright, so one thing that I've done here is I've given you a total estimated cost if you only plan to go to certain points. So if you plan to go to 425, expect about 3,000. If you plan to go to 475, expect about 4,300. If you plan to go to 500, expect to spend 5,300. And if you plan to go all the way to 525, expect 15.5k. Okay, so now that you've got all your mats, it's time to start leveling. Find a guard in your faction's major city and ask where the closest mining trainer is. After you find them, learn apprentice mining. From there, smelt up your copper ore until you reach skill level 65. Then speak with the trainer and learn journeyman mining along with smelt tin and bronze. Smelt all of your 70 tin ore up to 75, and even after graying out, then switch to bronze. Smelt bronze until you reach skill level 105. Then learn smelt silver and smelt silver ore up to 125. Next, learn expert mining and smelt iron. Then smelt up your 80 iron ore until reaching skill level 155. At 155, learn smelt gold and smelt gold ore up to skill level 180. At 180, learn smelt mithril and smelt mithril ore up to skill level 230. While you're smelting, once you hit skill level 200 or so, learn artisan miner and continue smelting mithril ore. You have to smelt around 160 mithril ore into bars, which can be quite time consuming. You're also graying it out, which means the last 5 points getting to 230 will take a lot of smelting, but you should eventually reach 230, so don't worry about it. Once you hit 230, learn smelt thorium. After that, smelt thorium into bars until skill level 285. At 285, learn Master Miner, smelt fell iron, and then smelt fell iron up to 325. When you hit 325, learn smelt adamantite and smelt adamantite ore until you reach skill level 340 or thereabouts. If adamantite ore isn't on the auction house, you can skip to the next step and farm it instead. Now that you've reached 340, you'll have to mine for 10 points until you hit 350 in mining. No biggie though, as it goes pretty quick. Get a portal to Shatrath and fly over into Nagrand, or take the portal and fly from Hellfire. Once in Nagrand, follow the route I have on the map and make sure to go into any caves that have regular adamantite nodes. Don't worry about rich adamantite unless you're 345 and have your gloves enchanted with +5 to mining. Some people reported in my 1 to 525 by farming mining guide that Nagrand lacked nodes, which, while I've never found that to be the case, I trust my viewers, so if you do have problems with Nagrand, you can hop over to Zangra Marsh, Blades Edge Mountains, or take the portal from Shatrath to Isle of Kildanis. I'll put those alternative routes on my website. Once you've hit 350, hearth back to Orgrimmar or Stormwind, see your trainer, learn Grandmaster Miner, and smelt Cobalt. Then smelt Cobalt up to skill level 375. It's okay if you don't reach 375 since you're going to have to farm it a little now anyway. Next, take the Zepp or boat to Borean Tundra in Northrend and follow the route I have laid out on the map until you reach skill level 400. It'll probably take 20 to 25 minutes or about 2 to 2.5 laps. After you hit 400, cross over into Sholazar Basin and start following the route I have on the map. Sholazar Basin is a pretty peaceful place these days and shouldn't take you more than 20 minutes, which is around 2 laps. After you hit 425, your Hearthstone should be off cooldown, so head back to the mining trader in Orger Stormwind. Once back in town, learn Illustrious Grandmaster Miner, Smelt Serenite, and Smelt Obsidium. Then smelt Obsidium ore until reaching skill level 475. This takes a crazy 440 ore, so if you just wanted to be able to level mining or farm in Cataclysm zones, you can stop here and check my website for some great farming routes that'll help you level and make gold at the same time. If your goal is maxing out mining in town before heading out there, then stick with this video until you reach 525 in mining or thereabouts. After you hit 475, learn Smelt Elementium and decide if you want to continue or just go out and mine. 475 to 500 isn't so bad, but requires 280 Elementium ore plus or minus to get to the skill level 500. If you plan to smelt your way up to 525, you should smelt 2200 Elementium ore instead, or buy the difference in Elementium bars if you don't feel like smelting so many. If you decide to buy the bars rather than smelt them, you'll need to buy 960 bars plus or minus to go from 500 to 525. It gets extremely expensive at this point, but also can be very profitable. On my server, I make a nice chunk of gold by smelting hardened Elementium bars, but other servers may not be so lucky. Check yours to see how it would do and decide if you should just go to Oldham and mine 500 to 525 or sink the gold into leveling it by smelting instead. If you're going to farm it, check my website for some routes. Okay, so anyone wanting to smelt up to 525, go ahead and smelt 110 hardened Elementium bars or until you reach 525 in mining. Alright, so after a little over 2 hours, I finally hit 525 in mining. Congrats to everyone who hit or will hit 525 as well. The last thing you want to do is list everything you smelted in mines up and see how much gold you made. I'll list everything for 12 hours, undercutting any competition. Alright, so after a few days, everything's sold and it looks like no matter where you stop leveling, you should break even or make a little bit of gold. Anyone who stuck with the leveling until 525 may have gotten a big surprise to see how much they could make with just smelting hardened Elementium bars. It takes a little bit of time, but is super easy to do and well worth the effort. Smelting pyrite ore into bars can sometimes have the same effect along with other ores as well, so check your server's auction house to see how you can make bank by hitting a smelt button once and going AFK to munch on some snacks. Yep, it's that easy. Alright, so let's take a look at how much gold you could have expected back, depending on where you stopped. Wow. Well, congrats again on 525 in mining, and I hope this video was helpful. Some good professions to farm with mining are herbalism and engineering, and some good professions to go with mining are blacksmithing, jewel crafting, and engineering. Engineering can help you get extra items when mining nodes in Cataclysm zones as long as you have an electrostatic condenser. Check my website for guides on all professions as well as the best routes for mining to bank with. Please subscribe and visit TarouWildGuides.com for more free wild guides and news. Thanks for watching. Now go smelt to profit or something.